Hello to my Virgos. All right, Virgos, we are one day away from this cycle closing. We are in the new moon phase, right the day before the solar eclipse, right? So we're still in eclipse season. Let's get into it, Virgos. Let's do it. All right, let's go. All right, whoa, let's go. Talking to you wherever Virgo is in your birth chart. Your ruling planet in Gemini's ruling planet, Mercury, is retrograde. So make sure you slow down and pay attention to the messages that's coming through to you. And also, Venus is retrograde. Venus is also retrograde. Pay attention. Pay attention, Virgos. All right, let's do it. Let's get into your reading, Virgos. Talking to you wherever Virgo is in your birth chart. We did have a full moon in your sign. Full blood moon in Virgos. And a total lunar eclipse. So it's totally letting go of something that could have triggered childhood and ancestral traumas. Yeah, don't want to give any examples of anything. So no examples of anything. Not trying to trigger anybody. There's enough going on social media. There's enough going on. So let's get into your reading. Let's get into it. All right. New you, new love, new career, new life. There it is. That's right. You ready for some new everything. New everything. That lets me know you are closing out a cycle. You're not trying to be, you're not trying to dismiss other people's stuff, but you ready for some new stuff for you. Okay? New everything for you. So you trying to make some things about you. And you got to make sure your cup is full first before you can. You wanna bask in your new first. Sometimes you need to just sit with your new first before you can celebrate other people. So hopefully you all are closing out this cycle, finishing out this cycle strong. The moon is in Pisces. Pisces rules 12th house. We're not talking about any Pisces that you know. You don't want to be overwhelmed with anybody else's stuff. You want to focus on yours. 12th house is all about spirituality, addictions, psychic ability, healing, solitude, endings, world service, secrets, emotions. I kind of sort of liken 12th house to, how like, when you're winding down and like, what's your secret to winding down successfully? Like, winding down at the end of whatever your day is. What does that look like for you? Does it look like cooking? Does it look like gardening? Does it look like horseback riding? Does it look like walking your dog? Cleaning up? Like, what does your wind down day look like? Taking a bath, shower, shampooing your hair, going to get your manicure, pedicure. It looks like whatever for everybody. Like, what does your winding down look like, right? So whatever that looks like for you, make it all about you. You're trying to wind down the cycle. You're trying to finish out strong. This eclipse season has been something else for a lot of people. And so you can't take on other people's stuff right now if you can help it. Let's get into it. Yep, here we have the Empress card. Yeah, you're trying to grow your abundance and your prosperity as much as you may want to help other people right now. You're trying to grow your abundance and prosperity. So I know you all are mutable signs. Other people may need help right now, but you're trying to grow your abundance and prosperity. So you're free. Here we have the Page of Wands here. So other people being shady about, wanting you to divide your time by them being shady. This is fire energy. So it's just saying, the new you would have divided your time in the past, but you're not falling for the shade anymore. You've already sacrificed enough. This is a hangman right here. Nope, you've sacrificed enough in the past. Nope, nope, nope. That limited spiritual, you know, emotions of people being shady, being spiritually immature. You already heard enough in the past. Nope. They're talking about people behind their backs. This you right here. You're about to take a leap of faith. Nope. You heard them talk about other people behind their backs as far as you're concerned. You heard them lie about people behind their backs. You're like, They lied to you in order for them to grow their abundance and their prosperity. You're like, nope. I'm good. You heard them lie, be shady, just to grow their abundance and their prosperity. Nope. Lie to other people's kids. You like, man, what did kids do? Just for them to grow their abundance and their prosperity. Had you going through a dark night of the soul, you know, and until you became enlightened. You said, no, sir, no, ma'am. Nope. Had you split, had you kind of sort of splitting your, you know, you're like, no, I'm good. Yeah. So yeah, scales from your eyes have been removed. Here's the 7 of Cups right here. The devil was in the details. Yeah. Had you split in your thinking. So you said, nope, let me raise my frequency. Keep my vibrations high. But yeah, the devil's in the details. You don't like confusion. You're like, nope. You learned your lesson. Here's Mercury right here. That's why I always tell people, planets don't move backwards. They don't move at a slower pace. All you need to do is slow down. Your ruling planet is retrograde right now. All you needed to do was slow down. You'll see some stuff for yourself. Slow down. Your light high priestess. You had to go through a dark night of the soul. Unfortunately, you had to go through it during an eclipse where somebody had to pull on an emotion that took you through something that was traumatic. Somebody had to strike something, some kind of a lie about something that traumatized you, that could have been a truth for you, but was a lie. And you're like, wow. I mean, you would sacrifice somebody else. Yeah. 2 people sacrifice somebody with a lie about somebody's mother, or using somebody's mother. This is with this, or somebody's parent, because I say mother in particular because Chariot card connects with a mother. This is the mother of the zodiac, or somebody's feminine energy, right? So it could have been light or dark feminine energy, because when I'm saying Chariot card is light horse, dark horse. Like, really? Yeah, talking about people behind their back being shady. So source is saying, yeah, somebody had an idea, but not wasted 1 ounce of air. Here's the Ace of Wands. Somebody had an idea who's behind something. So 3 in Ace is 4. 4 is like, who's behind something, who's behind some kind of shade, who's behind emotional immaturity. But people don't get away with anything, right? You just keep your vibrations high. This is an infinity symbol. This is a karmic cycle here. So the cycles, unless the cycle is broken, what goes around comes around. Unless the cycle is broken, right? And so source is saying, looking at the cards here, yeah, something was created. Something was created. Yeah, a karmic cycle was created. And so once this karmic cycle is created, it has to be completed. So there's nothing you can do. It has to be, if something has to be completed, a cycle has to be completed. So source is saying that you're walking away from something. You're now walking away from 2 energies that wanted to mirror someone else's spirit, right? They wanted to mirror someone's expansion. someone's youthful spirit, someone who inspired and motivated energies, who were operating in North Node, someone who was going towards their North Node, going towards their calling in life. So, like I said, new you, new love, new career, new life for you. So you're walking away from two energies by keeping your vibrations high to create something. So you're closing out a cycle. Yeah. Therefore, you're causing someone to have a tower. You are causing someone to have a tower. And it's shocking people, because people are so used to you going along with other people's flow. The fact that's the impression that you give people. You have given people that impression up until this point, Virgo, that you just going to go along with people's flow. But the fact that you are putting one foot in front of the other. And remember, a moon in Pisces actually affects your feet, like lower part of your body, and your pineal gland. So your third eye is now open. This is right here, Ace of Wands. Your third eye is now open. So you're putting one foot literally in front of the other. You're shutting stuff down. You're not talking to people. You're not answering the phone. You're literally making it all about you. You're like, People are shocked because you hung in there to a point where you were sacrificed. So you literally are like, you was riding with people till the wheels fell off. So people couldn't even question your loyalty at this point. So if somebody wanted to be shady as far as you were concerned, you'd be like, oh no, They can put it in park for real. So you're like, you done. It's a number 7 on that one. No, people couldn't even. No, it's a number 8. No, people be talking to the back of your head, because for you it's about expansion. They couldn't even talk about you. If they want, they would have to be talking about you behind your back, because as far as you're concerned, it's a number 8. Some energies, like I said, emotionally and spiritually, 2 energies to come to passive and powerless behavior, because your spirit was right there. You were focused. Emotionally, you were focused. Spiritually, you was focused, and still got sacrificed. Looking at your cards here, this tower moment for energies, and the tower is falling on some energies. This is a definition of people really messed around and found out. So you being at a crossroad right now, you went through a dark night of the soul with some people. That's why you said knew everything. Yeah. You have total clarity of thought. I mean, total. When I say you can't be no clearer. Yep. You are completely free. Completely free. Yeah, here we have the 10 of Cups. Yeah. You are in complete harmony with yourself. Ready to move on. Complete and total harmony with yourself. You're free in every way. You know your value and you know your worth. Basically, nobody could use anything against you. In other words, somebody try to say this, you are like, okay, you free. You know your worth and you know your value. You paid, you know, you don't have a pick-me spirit. You're not trying to be a part of nothing. You know, you got the key to your own vault. So, yeah. So, the quick progression of things. Source is speeding up your prayers. Source is fast tracking you. Your prayers are being sped up. Your prayers are being sped up to financial independence, and I don't know if you're in a relationship with somebody, but You're creating something. You're creating something. Creating space for, I guess, a relationship. But I see you moving. I see you moving. Let me see what else we got going on here. Moving away from familiar spirits. Yeah, moving away from combative and familiar spirits. Away from all of that. Because what's hidden in the Tower card are enemies who are judgmental. And they're obsessive. They will cause a lot of confusion. And there's spiritually immature, right? And so, yeah. So here we have 9 of Swords here. And they will create nightmares for you. They will create nightmares for you and whoever you're in a relationship with. So, yeah. Cause you all kind of anxiety, trauma, grief, hopelessness, depression. It'll just be a nightmare. Complete nightmare. So here we have the 10 of Wands. Yeah. Yeah, it would just be a burden for you and whoever else. So it would just be a lot of bullying going on, just unnecessary mess. So, yeah. So anyway, Source is speeding up your prayers. Because I feel like somebody is a prayer warrior. So you're a prayer warrior. Seven of Swords. So there is a this is what you have in common with someone is theft, betrayal, dishonesty, people saying you're running away, that you're deceptive, that you're filled with trickery. Same thing you heard, same lies you heard about somebody else, same lies you heard about somebody else. Yeah, here we have the Queen of Pentacles. Yep. Yeah, you bought into some kind of a, same old. You bought into some kind of a fairy tale that ended up being a nightmare. But the thing about fairy tales, just like any fairy tale, is it's an aspect of who we all are. It's just a part of our personalities. Like we want to believe, in fairy tales. That's everybody. It's for kids. We all want to believe that part, that those things exist. We want to believe in fairy tales. And some part of it, it does exist. It does. Fairy tales. They do. Some parts of it does exist. So, but you're back on your throne. You're down to earth. You're relatable. You're on a particular frequency. But you and someone were sacrificed. So you and someone were sacrificed. You're financially independent. You're wiser now. You have a unique perspective of things. It looks like someone is dreaming bigger. You and someone are dreaming bigger. You're a lot more intuitive now, tapped into your light High Priestess energy, but somebody had to go through a dark night of the soul in order to come out on the other side. Yeah, but somebody's definitely a fast-thinking energy, but you're learning how to navigate through storms. Learning how to navigate through storms. A lot calmer. 2 of Wands here. You're waiting on some results. Waiting for some results. Making some plans. waiting on results as you're and someone part ways. Yeah, you and someone parting ways. Yes, you and a toxic masculine are parting ways, and a toxic masculine can be a man or in a man or woman's body, just so we're crystal clear. So it doesn't mean that you're married to or not married to a person, but it could be somebody you were in a karmic relationship with. You could have kids with them, you could be married to them, divorced, y'all could be in a business relationship. Y'all know what I'm saying? It's somebody who is an enemy of themselves that you could even been like just trying to be nice to them, like but somewhere in your spirit, you like deep down inside was almost like, I'm not trying to ruffle their feathers. Like somewhere in your spirit may have been like this deep seated fear, almost like, okay, trying to, get along with them because you just knew, it was like a ticking time bomb or something with them. This is just like the devil, like literally, like you're not trying to ruffle their feathers because something about for whatever reason you may have been trying to get along. Maybe there's kids involved or something about their spirit just did not. Yeah, something about them just was off. You didn't want to completely just cut ties with them. Sometimes you stay connected to energies. If there's kids involved, you just for safety reasons or something about their energy was just like, the source is going to give you an opportunity to detach. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at so this card came out in reverse. This Judgment card came out in reverse. So this is just like really just you're feeling now at this point you're forced to do it. At this point, you're forced to do it. So yeah. Yeah, the Devil card came out in reverse. It's this end of restraints. It's like the beginning of a flow now. So with the Devil, just like this course, you're just, like I said, forced to change. Forced to change it. Because otherwise, you just say, you know what, I'm just going to rise above the judgment. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to make the change. But you're a mutable sign, so it's almost like you're being forced to change. I'm forced to rise above the judgment. If somebody literally went through hell with somebody. And a lot of it could, like I said, it could be because somebody's family. It could be the family. It could be like they could have a whole lot of, like a lot of fire around them. They could have a lot of, combative energies around them. A lot of energy, that could have been a reason too. Trying to get into it with people. So here we have the Hermit card. But you're going to go into Hermit mode. And that's where you're going to really thrive, in Hermit mode. So as I always tell people, it's not as easy as people think. You hear people go, oh, well, why didn't they just do this? And why didn't they just do that? That's why somebody is not going to judge people. Not be quick to judge people. Why didn't they just do this? Why didn't they just do that? But somebody's going to feel very fortunate now to just move on. Not judging men, not judging women. You just don't know what the situation is. Yep. But somebody's going to feel fortunate, you know, that they took a gamble and prayed about it. I keep trying to tell people, people's arms are too short to box with God. So let's go ahead and let's see what this is. Let's close it out. But you're on the other side of something. I see somebody getting married. I see somebody settling down. I see somebody getting married. I see somebody's, possibly someone's family growing. However that's growing. It could be kids, grandkids, however that looks. But like I said, new everything. New you, new love, new career, new life for you. Let's see. Independence. Don't depend on others. I'm seeing investments. You have a guardian angel watching over you. I see wealth. Keep up the great work. You definitely have foresight, social status. You know, this says don't get arrogant. I don't think that you will. I just see your confidence level, you know, coming back. But it's time to say goodbye to your old life. It's time to say goodbye to your old life. I'm seeing, you know, letting go of your worries. Letting go of your worries. And new opportunities coming your way. I see you have a lot of bright ideas. We have many choices, you know, coming your way. There's a lot of flexibility here. You know, somebody's definitely a light worker. Let's tell people, you know, light type priestess energy. There is no competition because you never know what your dark night of the soul is going to look like. There is no competition. Yeah, you start competing. Source will take you through a dark night of the soul. All right, you be thinking that you should do it this way, this way, this way, this way. They doing it wrong. I would have done it this way. So it's like, all right. All right, let me show you what a dark night of the soul looks like. You're like, oh crap, what? So yeah, that's a new everything, literally. So by the time you're talking about it, you really don't have time to judge anybody because you just don't know what somebody else's night of the soul looks like, dark night of the soul look like at all. That's why you see people let source fight their battles. You're too busy answering the call, the next assignment. You just like source fight the battle. You're just too exhausted. You know, because it's one lie after the other. So that's why you have the devil card there, because the devil this devil stay busy. You know, this is like the devil just got darts just coming left and right, like the arrows just be like, pew, pew. like they just never ending, just doing the most. So here we have rejuvenate yourself. So shine bright. Your soul is definitely awakening, but I'm seeing energetic pull and you raising the bar and the spirit of love. And so making room. Life is a gift. Life is a gift. But I definitely see you free, you know, free from a lot of things. And that judgment is definitely reversed. So source had to force somebody to, you know, get rid of the judgment. And just, you know, be in this era of judgment, you know. So a whole new you. A whole new you. All right. Here we have your hard work is paying off. Yeah, so this right here lets me know that someone's in North Node. This is 10th house, North Node. So somebody was definitely carrying someone else's spirit on your back. And it was really exhausting to carry other people's anger, frustration, their rage, you know, their combative spirit on your back. You carrying all of that on your back. That's too much. You carrying other people's demons on your back. So Time to make a meal. Something very healthy, light, lots of water, carrying other people's anxiety on your back. It's like, take all of that off. Take the weight off. Get some rest. Take a load off. That is what I have for you. I will see you all in the next video. And like I said, let's close out this cycle. And we have a new moon and a partial solar eclipse on Saturday. So relax, relax. And let your body sync with the rhythm of this new moon. All right? Bye.